isn't it?
Yeah, Pete Fowley's not there. They're getting ready for the start.
Yeah, he wasn't there at the last one either, was he, Pete?
I saw his bike in the van yesterday, and I don't know whether that's possibly where it stayed.
Yep, a little two-stroke fails miserably to get off the line. but at least he's in 4th place as we go down to Redgate.
He's going to go around the outside for sure there. Oh, he got pushed out. Oh, nice defensive work by whoever that was into 2nd place.
Yeah, that's cost him another place actually. So, yep, they're going to be shuffling their way through there as the flag crew make their way back.
And the spectators run to the other side of the track so they can see what's going on.
That's a big old sprint, to be honest. So, Keaton Leatherland, sorry, do apologise to Keaton and Lyndon. I'm just used to calling Lyndon's name over the years. So, Keaton's still a new name, only met the name
this is good.
Alton Park. John, what are you looking at, mate? Battle at the front?
I might be. Yeah, well, I was just looking. I think there's a 1-2 nice close 1-2-3 in the Open500
well,
class.
there is a not very close 1-2-3 in the 600s, unsurprisingly. In fact, no, first, there's 2nd, and there's 3rd, and there's 4th, and there's 5th, and 6, 7, and 8 might have a little bit of a tussle, but for the lead,
we start the count.
Absolutely no. Yeah, we start the count now. Well, at least the clock works overtime.
Under 4 seconds.
4 seconds, I'll take the prize on that one then. Thank you very much. Pass the biscuits.
Have you watched this much? And it is a nice little looking 1-2-3. This will be interesting to see if. Is it Hayden, isn't it? Hayden,
it is. Smith, it is on the TZ there. That's Sean Crone out in front.
Well, I want to see if he can. Because that little TZ 250 weighs about 105 kilos. I don't know what these ZX4Rs weigh, but you'd think you'd have a bit of a braking advantage.
You certainly would. And to be fair, Hayden, even though what we were forgetting, of course, this is still Hayden's first weekend on this machine. Of course, you confirmed that with him last night, didn't you? So it is still, it's a learning curve.
Oh, he's run wide there, yeah.
It does take a bit of getting used to, because these bikes, they are pure Grand Prix bikes. They're not like any other kind of machinery, really, are they?
No.
I'm speaking to you as you are somebody who has experienced these over the years, so you know exactly what to expect from them. And I think it's just the fact that they do everything so much better, don't they? In an almost unexpected way.
In 2023, I rode my Spondon TZ at Pembrey, and I broke it, unfortunately, and so I had to go out on my TZR, which I was also racing at the time. And I went faster on the TZR.
Oh dear. Is that because the TZR is just that much more manageable, do you think?
They're a more user-friendly package overall. And yeah, it's just not as easy to extract the correct performance level out of a Grand Prix bike without spending a lot of time and dialing it in.
Yep. Well, obviously, that's what you get to be a Grand Prix rider, to be able to extract those last little bits of performance out of such a machine.
Well, Hayden Smith has managed to shake off the attentions of Donkersley there. I thought that was going to become a race-long battle, but he's managed to shake him off a little bit, and he's. I think he might be getting the bit between his teeth and chasing down the guy at the head of the field in that class.
Well, let's wait and see if he can come up with the goodies. It'd be good to see if he can. Certainly the two-stroke fans there wish him well, and obviously I need to also thank the man who sponsors. Oh, we got somebody off there, mate. Can't quite see. I think I know who that might be, unfortunately. There was a zoom in there. I think we're about to see somebody fail miserably to come across the line. That's up at Coppice, that, I think.
Yeah.
And wow, Leatherland is absolutely flying. He's the quickest man out there on the circuit, 49.089. And up at... waiting for them to come across the line, of course.
Yeah, well, our fastest lap obviously in lap 2, but the 39.404 compared to the next fastest of a 42.9.
Wow.
Yeah, he's motoring along.
7.5 seconds ahead after 2 laps. That is very impressive. Okay, you can see the... hang on, let me listen to this.
Yep.
Okay, it is the number 88 bike that's parked down there.
George Prinos.
That's George Prinos. I knew it was one of the TZs. I wasn't 100% sure which one it was. I could just tell from the shape of the bike, obviously. George's is not a dissimilar colour, of course, to the machine of Hayden there. So not taking them away from Sean Crone. He is riding very smoothly on that lovely little ZXR 4RR thingy. Lots of R's. And Donkersley, yeah, I think he's having to give second best now to Smith. Here they come then. It is Crone over the line. They've already deposed one of the slowest 600s there. Crone, Smith and Donkersley all have deposed the slowest 600 there of Brown. Fastest man on the track is still Leatherland there with a 39.404. And best lap that we have seen from him so far is a 39.084, which is the one that gave him the lap record yesterday. Saw more lap records yesterday, I think, than today. We've seen a couple of them set today and a few resets, but 39.0, that's a very impressive time from Keaton Leatherland. So for me, it's, if you can beat Bob Collins' lap record at Brands Hatch, that would be the one for me. Obviously, things have moved on in the last 23 years in terms of tyres and bikes and things, but Bob's R6 did him well back then. Definitely one of those people you do genuinely wonder if he'd had the right brakes, if he could have maybe made it big, because a lap record doesn't stand around that long unless somebody very special has set it. However, such is life.
Well, Bob went on to the now defunct R6 Cup, didn't he?
Long since the defunct R6 Cup.
Yeah.
Then he went on to the still very much in business HMP. And I'm not telling tales out of school because I heard an excellent podcast that Bob did with one of these influencer types. Teapot One, was it, or somebody?
Okay.
But Bob, to be fair, was very honest about his past and his, shall we say, slightly interesting exploits over the years.
Okay.
But he's definitely a reformed character, and he's worked very hard at his fitness and his health the last few years.
Well, he maybe people know this, maybe people don't, but he picked up on Casey O'Gorman.
Casey O'Gorman, yes.
Yeah.
No, very much
Number
Casey O'Gorman's
67, currently running in the Moto 3 class.
Yes.
And
Casey was his Saturday boy there for a while.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. And he used to take him out. I mean, I remember him saying to me that they just stuck him out in Spain somewhere. I don't remember the track or anything like that. But they'd stuck him, just given him an R1 and told him to go out on it. And he was doing ridiculous times on it straight away after.
Yeah.
Never having ridden the bike. Yeah, they had to basically go out and bring him in before because he was enjoying himself too much.
Yeah. No, so he's played a very important part in Casey O'Gorman's career, and if that's not a name you know, don't get me wrong, nothing against you if you don't know the name, but I think it is one you might well be hearing in the future. I certainly hope so anyway, because very much the future of British motorsport as Keaton Leatherland comes across the line to complete his fifth lap, sorry, so 2 laps left in this race. Still consistently 39s. He's doing really good. This is something we don't often see from rookies as well, that nice consistent pacing.
Yeah, because they're learning, but you have to wonder if he was being pushed, will we see more up and down with the times?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because with no pressure, it's difficult to know if he's going at actual full speed.
Yeah. You know? Well, he's only fractions of a second away from his own lap record, so you've got to think that's kind of the limit at the moment. But you do, what I'd like to see, I think, maybe even at the next round, because he's only been with us for the last couple of rounds, what I'd like to think I see Keaton do is to do a double up and go out in the MRO 600 Clubmans as well.
Yeah.
Because he's got the ability, so there's no two-way. It's like Fraser Lisichenko, who's meant to be in the Clubmans. He's only done a couple of rounds with us, but he's proved himself more than capable of running at a good Clubman pace. And of course, when you're in the Clubman 600s, you're going to bring yourself on very rapidly indeed. So my advice to Keaton Leatherland would be to, if you can, of course, because it's a very popular grid, try and get an entry in the Clubmans. I don't think there'd be a problem. And of course, he could also run in the rookie class as well. So he's having double the track time. And I guess if he's a newcomer, he might still be learning circuits as well. And that's the other advantage of doing a double up as well, isn't it?
There'll be people around him that are going to be going quicker than him just because they know more or know the circuit, etc., etc. And so he'll just get dragged along.
Yep. Well, as the classic drag along case we saw in the last race with Steve Costin. You know, Steve's no muppet, knows his way around here, but Ronnie Harris was able to just find that last little bit, and from Steve, I think, just Steve desperately trying to stay with him, of course. That's the way it works.
Yeah.
So Leatherland over the line with a 22.824 second, let's call it 23 seconds. Who's arguing? That is over Roche, ahead of Morris and Hall, and everybody pretty much spread out amongst there. As far as the Open 500s go, it is Crone who's got a healthy lead over Hayden Smith, who in turn has a healthy lead over Jake Donkersley, and then Damien Lee quite a way back, and he's got a big gap between himself and Bainborough, who's the next of the 4-stroke Open 500s.
Yeah, lonely race there for Damien Lee.
Do you know who the sponsor of this class is, by the way, the 2-stroke section of it?
No, go.
2T Engineering.
Oh, it is? Okay,
yeah,
cool.
And that, of course, is Andy Ball. And Andy's other claim to fame is that he builds the engines for Kev Woolley, of course.
That's right, and Alan Cooper.
And, yeah.
And I'm guessing that Darren is out on... he's actually built my engine, so...
Who's that, Andy?
Yeah.
No, he's built one of mine too, my little SDR that was assembled by Mr. Ball. So... yeah, well, there's obviously we were speaking off the record about various 2-stroke tuners over the years, of course, and I don't think Graham File does much these days. I've not spoken to Graham in a long time. I think he's
pretty much retired. I know he does some work on a 250 GP bike in the national championship that runs elsewhere, but I think that's probably most of what he does now.
Yeah. So Stan hung up his files a long time ago, of course. Yeah. And also Martin Tamar, Martin Taylor at Tamar there. I think he's hung up his files as well these days.
Well, yeah.
I think he just eBays his collection of spares these days. Last time I saw he had shed loads of the flipping things.
He was doing... we're at the end of the race there.
Oh, there we go. Well done, Keaton. Sorry about that. Nearly 25 seconds early. So he rolled off in the end because he only won by 25 seconds. 24.996. Let's call that 25, shall we? Head of Roche, Morris, Paul, Wright and Waters. Let's see how far up the field Mr. Crone and friends have managed to get.
Well, what's happened there? That looked like...
it's Smith. Smith gets him on the line.